Maurizio.
Hello, how are you?
Not bad, thanks. Maurizio, you have reached a cup final in your first season as Chelsea boss. Just your thoughts on now facing Liverpool in the final next month?
Yes, I think we are going to find a very solid and consistent team. Yes, it's going to be a tough opponent. It's a massive challenge for us. Yes, I think it's have all the ingredients in the final for a massive challenge for us, and I think it's going to be good to face Liverpool. I think it's going to be tough, but it's going to be a great final.
Another cup game this week. I see that Mauricio and Christopher Nkunku are back in team training. Do they have a chance of beating in this game?
No, they could be available for Liverpool for Wednesday. Could be. We need to see how they are, how they evolve in the progression on the next few days. But yes, we are positive, but we'll see. Not for tomorrow. They are not going to be available for tomorrow.
Cole Palmer has now scored 11 goals for Chelsea in all competitions this season. Just wondering if did you expect him to make as big an impact as he has in his first season?
But always, we are all optimistic. Always when you sign a player. But it's true that he's doing fantastic. He's doing great, and he's in after 7 months or 6 months and a half. And I think he's doing a very good job. We are so happy with the impact, with his talent, of course, and in the way that he's performing. I think it's all that always you expect when you sign a player, that they can perform and they can help the team. But I think I think in the way that he's performing is fantastic, because he's helping the team, to achieve things that we wanted.
Thiago Silva said after the game on Tuesday that he's sad as each Chelsea game passes by, because it's closer to the end maybe of his time here. I just wondered, is this Thiago Silva's last season at Chelsea?
Well, I think I didn't hear what he said after the game. We didn't talk about the next season. We are so focused in this season. I think that question is more for him than for me. And because I didn't hear, I don't know what I can say about that, because I think you need to ask him, and only he knows. And of course, after the club, if it's going to be the last season or no.
Do you think even at his age, from a coach's point of view, could he still be somebody that could help your team, not just the rest of this season, but into next season?
No, I think always we talk about the present. I think it's important. For him is to keep fit, and with his age, I think he's doing fantastic, and we are so happy with him. And then what is going to happen in the future, that is about him and the club.
Last one, please, Paul.
Yeah, just going to ask about strikers. John Duran has been mentioned around Chelsea recently, Callum Wilson as well. How would you rate your chances, or the chances of signing a striker before the deadline?
Well, I think we are listen to many rumors, player in, player out, like in other clubs. At the moment, nothing to say. We work really hard about different things, different areas, but I think at the moment, nothing to communicate, and we will communicate if something happens in the next few days.
John, BBC.
Just on the just on the transfer window, there's only a week left to go. Are you hopeful of getting somebody in? Do you need desperate to get somebody in?
No, not really. No, desperate to win the title, but not desperate to sign players. I am happy with the squad. I am so happy with the players that we have. And then, of course, if something happens, because you know very well, and we know very well that always the last week is the most dangerous week. We need to be ready for anything that can happen, on the squad.
Obviously, it was great for you and the club the other night to get through to the final. How significant was it to score the 6 goals? Because that has been an issue this season, trying to break sides down. I mean, how significant could that be?
Always is about a matter of time. Now appear too many positive datas, and records. And before the Middlesbrough game was all negative. That is football, no? When you score goals and win the games, always is all that looks that not so good. Looks good. But for us, the most important is in both moments. We need to be realistic and to see, and we are not going to change in the way that we assess the things and the plan for the future. But of course, happy because I think we deserve. Because I think when we talk about performance is one thing, and after about result is different. It's too many details that we need to control better and to compete better. But because we are a team that's in process to grow, I think we need this time. This moment to live together, to realize that we can improve. Yes, so happy to score 6 goals always is important, to build the confidence, and yes, and to show ourselves that we are capable of also to score in every single action, offensive action. It's possible to score. It's not to think that we cannot score and in every single situation that we have in offensive. No, it's the opposite. We need to think that every time that we have the ball, we need to finish, we need to end scoring or trying to score. Yes, so important because that built our confidence and our trust, and performance was really good from the beginning of the season, but we cannot, be clinical enough. But now if we start to score goals, I think we are going to win the games that maybe we cannot win in the past.
And just one on Ben Chilwell, actually talking about that, how important is he for you in the way you play as an attacking threat?
Well, I think he's an experienced player, and of course, I think the challenge was from the beginning of the season on the pre-season is to build his fitness, his fitness, and of course improve not only his offensive phase, if not his defensive phase, because I think that was the challenge for us to help him to be more complete player. And yes, he's important player, of course. He's important player if he is fit and can cope with the 90 minutes. But Tuesday he cannot cope because after 10-15 minutes of the second half, he asked to go out because, of course, he need to build his fitness. And now we have doubt, to start with him tomorrow because we are assessing him if he can cope with another game after 3 days, and that is a massive decision because what we want is to build, his confidence, his fitness, and be consistent after playing, the rest of the season. We want to go back. That is why we are working really hard with the medical staff and the performance area to take the best decision. If he cannot start tomorrow, he's going to be on the bench and see if he can play and help the team on the second half. About who?
Aston Villa.
No, it's not surprised me because first of all, because I believe that, and I think that Unai Emery is one of the best coaches in the world, and then he is creating and building a very good, organization on Aston Villa. They have very, very good players, amazing players. And of course, it's very clear the project of Aston Villa, and that is why they are performing and winning games. No, not surprise me, and I'm so happy for him and for all the people that is involved in this project because I know very well because too many Spanish guys there, and yeah, we know really well, and yeah, we are so happy because they are doing a fantastic job.
Thanks, John. Last two in the broadcast section, Ruben and then Simon to finish.
On the pitch, what are Villa's biggest strengths? What impresses you the most about them?
Well, I think it's in the way that they play, and I think the philosophy, the idea of football, the quality of the player. There's too many characteristics. I think I'm not going to go tactically, but I think you can you can feel that it's a very solid team with a very clear, the ideas very clear, and then experienced player with young guys also. It's a very good group of players, a very good squad that is performing really well.
How much have you learned from that defeat in September, and are you keen to set the record straight?
To be honest, I think was this type of game that we should win with one less. I think we have clear chances to score when Malo Gusto was out on the second half. I think we performed really well, but we didn't win, and all the confidence goes to Birmingham, and we lose all the confidence that maybe that for us to help to be in the position that they are now, you know. And I think it was an even game that they won because they were clinical in the action that they had in the second half, and we the action that we had, we didn't score, and we won less. I think we deserve more, but I think full credit to them after in the what they are doing. What I learned that we cannot, you know, to play with 10 men against a team like like Aston Villa, because they can punish you.
Okay, last question, Simon.
Hello.
Hey, Mauricio. Just one on Ben to start with.
Chilwell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is part of the task that you have is convincing Ben mentally that his body can play a lot? Like, I can imagine from his point of view.
No, it's not only convincing him because it's physiological also. It's not mentally. You know, it's not a problem like this mental problem to touch a button and to fix. I think it's holistic. It's a general situation, you know, that we need to fix.
I just think that
It's not only convince him, no, that need to trust in his body or.
yeah.
The problem is not his body; it's to trust in us, in the way that we are going to, you know, propose to work. Yes, of course. But he's very always optimistic. He's very positive about. He always want to play, even when he's tired. But now at the moment, we need to be careful because, you know, the player always want to play, but it's important the advice of the professional, our medical area, and the performance. And of course, we always work together and listen the advices. And of course, if we were thinking maybe to play with him tomorrow from the beginning to start, we need to see if it's convenient or not.
And reaching your first cup final is big for you, but with Chelsea that is, it's also big for the new owners. It's their first cup final. Have you had any messages from them, any chats with them since reaching the final? Have they said thanks very much, first final, great job?
No, look, after the game was funny because I made a big mistake because you know, Vedad arrived and the sporting director Paul and Lawrence, and I say, okay, congratulations. I say, oh, look, first final, no, on Chelsea. I said, and he said to me, Vedad, no, the second, because last season play, you know, the women team. I said, oh, sorry, big mistake. And I say, okay, you are a winner because you already beat Manchester City in the final last season, and now it's going to be the second. Hope that can be unbeaten again, you know, and can win.
And last question, do you think actually that having a cup final to look forward to, your players now have cup final places to fight for, that actually the games leading up to the final is going to help you in the sense that the players are motivated, they've got a cup final to try and get into that team?
Well, I was shocking a little bit after the game and said maybe the injured player, and if you see today the training, too many players or also they were involved on the training today. Maybe they cannot be involved for tomorrow, but maybe for Liverpool. Yes, I think always the victories and the positive energy help, you know, help to be more motivated, help to feel, you know, and to create a different atmosphere on the dressing room, on the training ground, on the training. Yes, always you need victories to build, you know, your confidence and to believe that you can beat, you know, any team and to perform in the way that we expect.
Okay, we'll leave it there.